Okay, good evening, everyone. We are continuing with 3 minutes of Tehillim. We're up to Perek Nun Beis, Psalm 52. Lamatziach Maskilo David. This Perek actually tells us exactly what the events that occurred, which caused this Tehillim, this Perek Tehillim to be written. The Pasuk Beis tells us, "Bevo doeg ha'adomi v'yagi l'sho'ol v'yomer lo ba David al Beis Achimelech." That this is written because when Doeg, we'll talk about the story in a moment, comes to Shaul and tells him that David HaMelech is now hiding in the house of Achimelech. So we know that Shaul had it out for David. It wasn't yet known exactly what would happen. And basically David gets the word that Shaul wants him dead. And David runs as a last resort to Nov, which is where Achimelech was living, and the city was full of Kohanim. And Doeg was this arch nemesis. It appears this enemy of David HaMelech. Interestingly, their gematria of their names are the same, 14, Doeg and David. And he sort of had it in for David, but he didn't know how terrible the story was going to go. And that's what this Perek is about. The Perek tells us that the effects of Lashon Hara, of evil speech, are so deep-seated and can go further than we actually intend them to go. The pasuk refers to it as a kita'ar milutash, like a double-edged sword or a sharpened razor. And the Radak says this is because let's say a razor, you only intend to cut the hair, but if you go a little bit off, you cut a little deeper into the skin. And the Medrash tells us this double-edged sword is that it hurts the one who is spoken about when someone speaks gossip or Lashon Hara. It hurts the one listening and it hurts the one who is speaking. So what is the case behind this whole situation? So Shaul finally commands Doeg to go and he discovers David, and he commands Doeg to kill Achimelech, and because he says he was more malchus, he was hiding in abetting this aiding and abetting this enemy of the king. Nobody wants to do it, and he says, "Okay, Doeg, you're going to do it." And Doeg ends up killing all the people. It's not just David. He kills Achimelech. He kills 85 Kohanim of Nov, and there was just this terrible, terrible massacre of these holy Jews as a result of this infighting. And we see actually there's a really shocking Rashi in this whole story is happening in Shmuel Aleph, Perek Chaf Aleph and Chaf Beis, but there's a really shocking Rashi in Shmuel Beis that quotes a equally shocking Medrash. Rashi says that at the beginning of Shmuel Beis, Shaul basically takes his own life. And he says to this Nar HaAmaleki, he tells this lad, is Amaleki, to help him lean on his own sword. And then David finds him later and says, what's going on? And he says, he tells him that he helped Shaul basically take his own life. And Rashi says, quoting from a Pesikta, Rashi says, who is this Nar HaAmaleki? Zeh Doeg. This was Doeg, the one who basically caused this whole city of Nov to be killed. He himself had to carry it out. Who had it in for David HaMelech. He is actually the one who ends up killing Shaul by his own hand, and then David takes his life at the end of the whole story. So the double-edged sword, the fact that the razor takes more than it originally was intended for, the fact that it ends up coming back to hurt Doeg in the end, we see how terrible or pernicious the effects of Lashon Hara are, and we should be careful as the best we can to make sure that we only speak positive things and that we are aware of the dangers of even other people speaking Lashon Hara, and to stay far away from it.